Just close your eyes. Know the peace within.
The ever-present, eternal truth about yourself remains unknown to you. You are ever present here. You are already the Supreme. You are the non-dual reality. The unexplainable and indescribable beauty. You contain it just now. You are not separate from it. You are already in it and always in it. But you are yet to realize it. Though you are beyond duality, beyond world, beyond entire manifestation, beyond birth and death, your supreme reality remains unknown to you once you become conscious of yourself. Just now you are in the same reality, but you are yet to realize you are more than consciousness. This also you are yet to realize it. Once you become conscious of yourself, entire manifestation happens in your consciousness. In this conscious field, you appear to be a form moving here and there. And you accept birth and death to be real. Whatever perceived also to be real. Not knowing what the reality is, you accept whatever that is happening around you and whatever that is perceived within space to be real. The primary reason is you do not know that only out of your consciousness everything is happening just now. Just now, you are conscious of yourself. In your consciousness only, entire world happens. Entire duality happens. Spontaneously. You never know that everything is happening spontaneously. Just now. As you are yet to know that you are only the consciousness within, you are identifying too much yourself to be a form with so many labels added to it. and continuously you remain frustrated only because you expect so many things, not knowing that everything is happening only spontaneously. Furthermore, you must find out whether there is any reality here within space, because continuously you are pursuing only objects appearing, moving, and disappearing within duality. And you accept as if the world is already there, the cosmos are already there, the galaxies are already there, and you are very, very late to the world. It is not so. At the form level identities, you accept such theories. How to be conscious of yourself? Initially, you need to close your eyes and know the peace within as you are now. Now you know the stillness within, which is prior to sound, prior to words, prior to objects, prior to form, prior to movements. Just now, by knowing the stillness within you, you remain so calm and peaceful and relaxed. This stillness is ever there. Seldom you go inward and know this stillness. Once you know the stillness within you, you are free from the perceived show. You are free from the duality show. You remain totally free from all the object level identifications. Once you settle in this stillness constantly and consistently, so your consciousness knows that it is only consciousness only by going inwardly. It is not even going, but it is being with itself only, just to make you understand all these words are used because you are too much into the duality. When your conscious is conscious of itself as you are now, you are totally free from the world level show. Exactly like this, you are in your deep sleep. Once you know to settle inwardly, very easily your consciousness can wake up and know the ever present eternal truth about itself. You are never born, you are ever present. You cannot die, you are ever present. Where is the death for the one which is never born? Then what is born here? That should be investigated only by going inwardly. Outwardly, every object, every shape, design, volume appears to be real. Inwardly, you have to settle in this stillness and stabilize in this stillness. Then only you will know that out of the light within only, every object is happening just now. Just now, out of the light within, every object is appearing spontaneously. Here nothing is planned and there are no person also. All objects arising out of your consciousness just now. But for you, there is nothing here. You are the supreme hero. Yet, you remain ignorant about this, that out of yourself only everything is happening. And whatever happening is also, it appears to be real at that moment, but it is not so. This also you will know only by stabilizing inwardly. I say stabilizing inwardly. Why? Very frequently you abide in stillness for some time and then you fall back into the duality level. Again you get trapped. Again you go inward and stabilize inwardly for some time. Again you come back. So this frequent jumping here and there has to be stopped. You cannot jump actually. You only observe just now. Just now you only observe the peace within you, the stillness within you, that state which is prior to words. You never know that you observe. You are continuously and constantly identifying all happenings and getting trapped by every happening. Why? Because you never stabilize inwardly. You never know that whatever appear within space is like exactly like a movie on a screen. On the screen, there's nobody there. It's only a reflection of light. Here also, in this vast space, every object is reflected just now out of the light within you. So you must find out the source of all objects in space, then you can remain worried about all objects, whether they are real or not, whether you have to possess it or not. You remain totally free from the object level, identification level, dream level show. Once you settle inwardly, once you stabilize inwardly, it is not that being with yourself for some time and then again getting trapped through identification. You remain safe only as long as you stabilize inwardly. The moment you get trapped by identification, again you start giving reality to the perceived show. It depends upon your stability towards yourself. You have to know this stillness constantly and consistently, and you cannot miss it at any cost. It is there very much, and this stillness cannot run here and there or jump here and there because it is not an object to be missed. It is your own subject. Just now you feel so relaxed because you are with yourself. Now your consciousness is stabilizing inwardly. Where? In its own source. The absolute awareness is the source. And consciousness is never separate from the source once it abides inwardly. Now you are one with the source. But you are one with the source only for a particular duration. Again you are trapped. The more and more you stabilize inwardly and be with yourself, lesser and lesser will be the world and the impact of the world. The more you stabilize constantly, your consciousness merges in its own source of awareness. On finding your consciousness wakes up totally and knows that nothing has never happened to it. Till then, your consciousness accepts the unreality to be real. So your consciousness remains struggled, remains suffering, and remains frustrated as long as it is not conscious of itself. The subject may be something new to you because you never know that your I amness itself is only consciousness, not a person. The consciousness is infinite, it has got no boundary, and it knows its presence only through the form as I amness. So the infinity is knowing its presence through the form as I amness. So your I amness, knowing your presence, is not a limited personality, but the unlimited, unbounded infinity. This you must know first. Then you will not confine yourself to a particular limitation. You are unbounded, unlimited, infinite. You are beyond. That's why you remain or you appear to struggle, because you are confining yourself with certain identifications imposed on you unknowingly. You are prior to all identifications. You are prior to form itself, and you are ever present here. I tell you that nothing has never happened to you. This also looks something new to you, because you are giving reality to whatever that is perceived right from your waking state till sleep happens through memory. Through memory you give reality, but memory is not you, it is only for utility. You are prior to thoughts. Thoughts are not you. You are just utilizing thoughts as and when it is essential. But you are more than the thought. In your consciousness only, thought, emotions, feelings, all these things, all these movements appear and disappear. Can that which appear and disappear be real? You never know the reality. So you start giving reality to whatever that appears, moves and disappears. Now I tell you that whatever that appears, moves and disappears are not you. You are the Supreme Being. You are the eternal beauty. You are the ever-present beauty. You are only perceiving a show once you are conscious of yourself. Now you are conscious of yourself. You are only perceiving a movie in which every object is appearing and moving. Just like observing a movie, you must know to observe right from waking state till sleep happens, non-seriously. Then you will not give much importance to any happening, because they appear and disappear, including your breathing. Your breathing itself is only for a shorter duration. You inhale, and that inhaled vital air goes inwards, and some oxidation takes place spontaneously. And again it comes back as exhale. So it is the vital air outside the space is in continuous movement through the form. It is not you. You are not the breathing. You are prior to breathing. You are not the movement. You are prior to movement. This you will know only by stabilizing inwardly and settling in the stillness itself constantly. The stillness is not moving. That which does not move cannot change itself also. The stillness is not changing. And the stillness cannot appear and disappear. It is there, very much, ever present. You come to know that you are conscious only through this stillness which does not move. Once you abide in this unmoving, unchanging stillness, very easily your consciousness wakes up. I am giving you the key. You have the key, you contain the key, but you do not know how to use it because you are continuously trapped by the perceived show within space. First, your consciousness should know that it is only consciousness. You should remind often, yes, I am conscious of myself. Very often you need to remind yourself, yes, I am conscious of myself. Initially, the moment you accept that you are only consciousness, you are free from the identification. You are free from the memory too. You are more than memory. Because of the memory you suffer. But you can use the same memory and live peacefully, provided you are conscious of yourself. Memory is not you. You are prior to memory. The entire episode which is running here spontaneously within space is not you. None of the frame is yourself. None of the movements are yourself. None of the perceived frame is yourself. None of the duality show is yourself. None of the dream show is yourself. You remain totally relaxed and free from the entire show perceived within duality. Once you settle down in this stillness and stabilize in this stillness, so that your consciousness can wake up at any moment, inwardly, your consciousness remains wakeful only. But unknowingly, it is accepting the perceived show to be real. The entire show is only by the interaction of the elements at the greatest speed, at an unexplainable highest speed. Elements interact and objects are reflected out of light. Your consciousness is nothing but light. Out of light only, every element happens spontaneously. Out of the interaction of the elements, every object happens spontaneously just now. So you have got nothing to do with the play except to observe. The entire play is by consciousness, but you are the observer more than consciousness. To know that you are the observer prior to consciousness, prior to duality, and you are already the non-dual supreme, beyond birth and death, you must know what this consciousness is, because you do not know what this consciousness is. So you are continuously trapped throughout the waking state by accepting everything to be real. It is exactly like you are perceiving a dream within sleep, and in that sleep dream, you appear to move here and there. It looks real at the time of perception, and you remain tensed also, considering all the movements to be real. And spontaneously you wake up and then know that nothing is real. After waking up, you cannot give reality to the dream. Exactly here, after waking up from this waking state consciously, you cannot give reality to any of the perceived show. So waking up from this waking state is most essential. Why I am expounding this knowledge to you? Because your consciousness is sleeping conveniently through imposed identifications. So I am waking up your consciousness to be conscious of itself so that it can remain wakeful inwardly, constantly, so that at any moment it can wake up. Your consciousness can wake up at any moment because you contain the truth always. Truth is not an object to be missed. Just now you contain it. Why not you explore it? You can explore the ultimate truth about yourself only by remaining conscious of yourself. And this consciousness is beyond words, beyond movements. Just now you are that, and you are always that, and nothing has never happened to you. I tell you with full conviction that nothing has never happened to you. Whatever you say that has happened, this has happened, is not you. It is exactly like a movie. The very purpose of your being here is to know the ultimate truth in you, that you are beyond birth and death. But still your consciousness remains unknown about its deathless nature. So it remains constantly fearful about the concept of death also, though it is not real. Your consciousness is here only to realize itself. At the personality level, your consciousness cannot wake up and it cannot know about its supreme richness. So I am waking up your consciousness to be conscious of itself. How? Only by going inwardly and stabilizing in this stillness as you are now. Just now, you are one with the truth. You are never separate from the truth. Why not you be with it constantly? From this point of unmoving and unchanging reality, you must observe the entire show that happened within waking state. You know the stillness within you right now. From this point, you need to observe the entire episode around you. Very often, you react and get caught by the show. You will come to know why you are caught by the show once you are conscious of yourself. Many times you may fall a trap, but after some time, you know that there's no use of identification and getting tensed or disappointed or frustrated with the perceived show. It is like exactly you are perceiving a movie on a screen. You do not know to observe the movie as a movie. You give reality to the movie and make sound by looking after some frames of the movie. Though there is no reality, it is constantly changing. Truth cannot move. If it moves, then it is not the truth. So only an unreal show is going on the screen. Exactly here in the screen of the space, a big movie is going on. And who is the observer other than you? You are the sole observer. You are the only observer. Just now, you only observe. You never know that you are the observer. Who can observe other than you? You are only observing a show in which the world happens, the cosmos happens, the galaxies happens, and so many happenings happen. But none of them are real and none of them are stationary. They go on at a greatest speed. You never know that you only perceive the show. You will know that you are only the observer of the show and you only observe the show only by going inwardly. But you never go inwardly. Then how will you know that you are the observer and whatever observed are not real like a movie? The only solution is to settle inward and stabilize inward. I am telling this with full conviction that the only solution is to settle inwardly and stabilize inwardly. If you can take these teachings sincerely, once you accept these teachings sincerely, your consciousness wakes up totally. Inwardly, you are relaxed always, as you are now. Nothing affects you. You are not bounded by any object. Once your eyes are open, why do you get trapped immediately? Simply observe and make use of the world. World is only for utility. It helps you because it is out of your consciousness only. The galaxies are yourself. The universes are yourself. The entire world is only out of yourself. Entire space itself is out of yourself. As you consider yourself to be a tiny form level, you are continuously trapped by the form level identity show. Now, with eyes closed, you know the stillness within, which is infinite. You cannot say from where it begins and where it ends. The stillness is infinite. It has got no boundary. The truth begins here. It's not final, it is only the beginning. Truth does not move, does not change. Stillness does not move, does not change. But your journey only begins here. It's not final. Through the stillness, your consciousness wakes up and knows that whatever perceived or not, the absolute truth, the observer alone is the absolute truth, and whatever perceived within duality or exclusively out of the light within. Now your consciousness wakes up totally and knows that it is not the form that was projected in space or reflected in space. All these days it was accepting the form level show to be real, object level show to be real. After waking up, it knows that entire episode was nothing but a dream. Continuously, it was observing only a dream reflected by the light. This your consciousness knows only upon waking up totally, not partially. So your absolute truth remains same, and once you become conscious of yourself, once you come to know that your consciousness is not conscious of itself, and through identification it is continuously struggling by the perceived show, as it is yet to know the observer. Now, after meeting a realized, your consciousness stabilizes inwardly and settles inwardly and wakes up totally from the perceived dream level show of duality, and then it remains in utter relaxation and knows that it is ever present and never born. So the ultimate truth remains the same, whether you realize or not. The truth is not changing and not moving, and it is ever present. By not knowing the truth within you, you only appear to struggle. Where? Inside the duality. At the non-dual level, nothing has never happened to you. But you appear to struggle within duality. Why? Because you are yet to know the observer in you. Now I am helping you to be conscious of yourself inwardly, and by abiding in this stillness constantly, you will get to know the observer also within you. Then you are totally free from the duality show. Trust me, I am here only to wake up your consciousness and make your consciousness aware of its eternal beauty, the ever-present beauty, the unlimited beauty, beyond duality. You are the only non-dual beauty, beyond description, beyond explanation, and beyond words. You are that just now. Wake up and know I am here always.